Welcome back to Be Rich. After Namakkal, my team decided to do an event in Vellore. We have familial connections with Vellore. My father went to college in Vellore. He attended the Wooders College. So we are doing an event in Vellore on the 20th and 21st of July. Those desirous of attending this event should contact the WhatsApp number given below and send a message to the Gmail ID that is also given. Try to call as early as possible to avoid rush and disappointment. Because in Namakkal, we had to decline a lot of people who wanted to attend the event. Once again, I thank you for supporting BRIDGE. Good evening and welcome back to BRIDGE. Yesterday was a great night for America in the sense that inflation cooled down to 3%. But that is the annualized rate at which it's 3%. The month on month and the 3 month average show that it is closer to 2% than to 3%.
The 1 month even shows that it's very close to 1%.
And the 1 month rate shows that prices are almost flat. It's only up 1%.
Yeah.
But the annualized rate is at 3%. So the markets have now priced in a full rate cut for September. And the credit spreads, that is difference between the short-term bond and the long-term bonds, have narrowed even more. All this is showing that there may be a rate cut at the earliest. Even unemployment is slowly moving up and things are looking good for America finally.
Unemployment moved up from 3.7 to 4.1.
Yeah. So unemployment figures for the first time crossed 4 and are at 4.1. So Jerome Powell, after 13 months of keeping interest rates high, has managed to bring inflation under control. So it seems. And if we can keep it like this for some more time and maybe cut a 0.25% or a 0.5% cut this year, not much, but it won't have any big change. But at least the direction would be established that they are going to ease. And like Howard Marks said, the rates are going to be between 2 and 4% for a long time to come. Unless there's a big recession, the chances of a big rate cut are not there, are out of the window. So if the economy bounces after 1 or 2 rate cuts, then rates will remain at that level for some time. This is what I think.
Because one factor in what Howard Marks says is that the downward pressure on prices which came from cheap exports is nowhere to be seen now. Exports from the perspective of countries like China and imports from the perspective of countries like America.
And there's another news that China for third month in a row had record exports, and it was almost 100 billion this month. So this is really good news. Looks like the world is back to balance after a long COVID pandemic break. So Sashwath, what do you have to say to us?
Yeah. So the interesting part for investors, what we can take from this is that we've been focusing on NVIDIA quite a bit. And we theorize that NVIDIA and other chip companies doing so well has been going against the grain because bond markets have bet that interest rates are going to be cut because the spreads were quite low. And stock markets, on the other hand, small cap was doing very poorly compared to your Magnificent Seven. But now small cap has popped off and we see NVIDIA has come down by 6% after this inflation rate announcement. So then the surface level analysis would tell us that why is NVIDIA coming down? When interest rates are going to be dropped, it means that more people can purchase their chips. However, the market was looking for a safe haven inside the AI boom rather than looking into small cap in case there was going to be a recession. But now that interest rate cuts seem to be around the corner, we see credit spreads coming down as in the stock market as well. So I have a little more information regarding NVIDIA, especially there was an article called The Skepticism Around NVIDIA, given out by our good friend Robert Armstrong, who we've been reading quite a bit and tracking in the FT. So Robert Armstrong talks about the fact that NVIDIA's expected earnings have doubled according to analysts, because in 2023, that is a year ago, there was a certain number which people were expecting from the upcoming years. But today analysts have doubled that amount. So the actual figure is that they expect the revenue in this year to double in comparison to their expectations. And over the next 4 years, they expect revenue to double again from this doubled amount. And analysts do not expect competition to increase because they're saying that their operating margin is going to be at a solid 50%, which is quite a lot. And this is what analysts are expecting in Wall Street out of NVIDIA.
Then why is it correct?
So that's the thing. In the contrary position, we have Ashwath Damodaran, who held Nvidia stocks when it was just $45. And
when did he get out?
He got out when the stock went to $85. So he bought it well below $45. He bought it at around $35, and he got out when it went to $85. And he put out a piece on the Financial Times saying that he has sold out of his position in Nvidia in March, and he said that the price has run ahead of the story. Hey guys, I'm going to quickly interrupt this video to announce that we have successfully launched our Substack, where we talk about companies, US markets, European markets, and Japan as well. And these insights are going to be delivered straight to you to your email, as well as the Substack app. We hope you go check it out. The link is moatinvesting.substack.com. The link will be on the screen right here and also in the description. Thank you for checking it out. And Ashwath Damodaran, for those of you who don't know, is a wonderful discounted cash flow analyst, and he runs a value investing course in NYU, New York University. And he basically says that the fair value, according to him, for Nvidia is only $45, not $85.
Okay, why is it so?
So he's saying that the AI chip market, according to his calculations, would have to be worth $500 billion, out of which Nvidia has to control 80% for them to even break even at $85. Today, Nvidia trades at $135. So we can only imagine, according to what he believes the number should be for people to break.
So he's saying $500 billion should be the
size of the market,
of AI chip market.
In that, 80% has to be Nvidia controlled. That's what Ashwath Damodaran's numbers.
What is the AI market now?
AI market is at $380 billion today.
So it's almost there.
Yeah. So
and if the analysts are right,
yes.
And how much is the Nvidia market size in that?
Nvidia market size, today they control about 80%. They're the market dominant force.
That's about $280 billion.
Yes.
If the revenue doubles in 4 years, they should get the 560.
Yes, this is what analysts are saying. But I doubt whether Ashwath Damodaran believes in what they're forecasting, because there's another Goldman Sachs report which has come out where they're giving us some reasons why we should be skeptical about what analysts are expecting. So Goldman Sachs is taking a huge bet here, going against the grain. They're saying these are some arguments to be skeptical. They're saying that AI capacity is expensive to build and run. This is something which is very different from the internet or any other technological innovation we've had thus far, because technology is supposed to make things cheaper, and it's supposed to be cheaper than the previous infrastructure.
Yeah.
But today, AI is extremely expensive because of two reasons. One, the chip, especially because Nvidia has complete control over the market and they have operating profit margins of 50%. There's basically no competition for them right now. And two, energy costs. As inflation continues in different countries, let's forget the US for a moment. Even in a country like India, energy costs can be quite high for something like AI. And these two reasons make AI extremely expensive to implement. That's one reason to be skeptical. The second thing is that we've talked about network effects. Network effects means that if a few people adopt something, the particular technology was going to be expensive. But as more and more people join your network or your certain technological innovation, it becomes cheaper and cheaper to use. For example, telephone lines or the internet, there's more value added per person who joins the system. However, Goldman Sachs believes that this is not the case. AI is not like that because it's actually rivalrous. You're competing for resources when you're using AI. Let's say both of us are using ChatGPT. There is a certain amount of chips which are being used by OpenAI somewhere offshore. If I am taking 10 units of computing power, that's 10 units denied from you. So if a third person comes to use the same architecture, we'll end up seeing that costs for us to use it is going to go up, and the benefit we get out of it is going to come down, which is why there are no network effects thus far in AI, is what Goldman Sachs believes. And he believes that unless competition comes up in the chip industry, it's going to be very difficult for networking effects to take place.
So it says, if Nvidia dominates the industry,
yes,
there is going to be no network effect.
No network effects.
But I saw somewhere Intel has got a chip which is one step behind the previous generation of Nvidia.
If competition does rise, that's still a checkmate for Nvidia, because with more competition, your operating margin comes below 50%, which means that your company is
so the story is over in Nvidia.
It's not over. These are reasons to be skeptical.
Okay. The Ashwath Damodaran camp says the story has run ahead.
Price has run ahead of the story. Yes.
Goldman Sachs is supportive of that.
Yeah.
the analysts are saying something else.
Yes.
Okay.
There are a few more reasons why Goldman Sachs says we should think about this. So, the analysts at Goldman Sachs say that people overestimate what AI is capable of, and this is something I also agree with, because today, if you ask AI to write a 1,000-page report on value investing, it will not be able to do so. It will give us jargon, it will give us content which is not really something which is deep, in depth. It doesn't have expertise on matter. So it has, people think that it's the silver bullet, but it's not, is what Goldman Sachs says. And the great use case for AI has not been made evident. No one exactly knows what the money making aspect of AI is going to be. We know that AI is capable in giving us blurbs and copywriting text, but we don't have a particular use case, like, let's say, a steam engine where we know what the use case
Or
is.
internet where we know what is the use case.
Or internet or websites, we know the particular use case. Even though the dot-com bubble may have blown up beyond size, we know what the underlying principle behind it was. But with AI, there isn't a particular principle as of yet. And but Goldman Sachs says that this is a money-making opportunity because the pressure of the hype cycle behind AI will lead to businesses adopting AI, being forced to adopt AI, like how we saw in Apple when we recorded the video. Apple was forced into adopting AI, and they were forced to unveil their plans, even though Apple had nothing to do with AI in its current stage as it is. So he says that it still makes sense to invest in utilities and chip making companies and be ancillary to the AI boom.
So it's like buying TSMC.
Yes. So he's saying that you buy manufacturers and you buy utility companies, because even if the AI boom goes sour, even if the AI boom ends today, you still have a company on your hands which is reliant on its own 2 feet regardless of the AI boom. And the report also says that the end of the cycle will come if money-making applications of AI do not come by the next recession. Because he says that NVIDIA is like selling picks and shovels during an AI gold rush. If they do not find gold by the time the next recession strikes, people aren't going to be so tolerant with expensive, low-return experiments such as AI in their production infrastructure. So what do you think about the Goldman Sachs report?
I have not yet. See, I know how internet changed my life.
Yes.
I read a book called The Long Tail,
Yeah.
which gave me the idea for this, along with what you told me as a young kid. I do not know how I can use AI to make money yet. And I do not know anybody who knows how to make money out of AI.
In a large way.
In a large way.
Yeah.
Of course, you can cheat me. There's a deep fake video of me doing rounds.
Right.
And people asking for money. That's con man.
Yeah.
It's helpful in conning videos.
It's not a legitimate.
Like people are using deep fake videos of Ratan Tata and Raghuram Rajan and saying they are saying some investment advice. That's con job.
Yes.
But I do not know whether Warren Buffett can be replaced by AI.
Not where it is currently.
Yeah. So we do not know what it is. What I know for sure is that the computers will replace humans where repetitive decision making is to be done.
Low skill tasks.
I don't know whether it's low skill or high skill.
Okay.
There is a guy called Gary Klein versus Daniel Kahneman in making decision making
sources
science.
of power.
Sources of power, decision making science.
Yes.
So, like a chess game, a computer will beat the best chess master today.
A benign learning environment.
A benign learning environment.
Yeah.
In a benign learning environment, definitely AI will be very powerful. So, I do not know of any user case survey. If you ask me how to make money out of artificial intelligence, I do not know. The best cases are you can use bots, WhatsApp bots, but that are already there. Bots to replace humans was already there before AI came. So, I do not know of a big AI
use case
yet where it can replace major workforce
and increase productive efficiency.
Yes, some low skill jobs may go, but I do not know about any great news. But what could happen is where repetitive work is being done, like scanning, looking at an X-ray and telling you what is wrong.
Yeah.
And then maybe over a period of time doing simple diagnostics can go. But these are all small things which will help productivity in terms of where doctors are not available in National Health Service in England. AI can do a bit of that work. It will elevate the need for some where there are shortages.
And I want to point out here that we can take a page out of the dot-com bubble, because when the dot-com bubble came about, just like how AI was shot up by saying AI will do everything and can do everything, which is how the rhetoric is going right now. that we'll have AI doctors, we'll have AI cars, we'll have AI this, AI teachers, AI that. But I want to explain one example, which is that when the dot-com bubble came about, everyone said all our shopping will be done online. There'll be no need to go to a grocery store. Today, we still have Walmart. Even though Walmart is increasing their online website, we still have Walmart. And the grocery store which we have on the internet now is actually an application rather than a website, such as Big Basket or Dunzo or Swiggy, Instamart, whatever the case be. And it has taken almost 25 years since the dot-com bubble for that to become a reality. So AI might be able to do all of these things, but maybe it will take a decade or so to get there.
More than a decade.
So to factor that into the price today seems to be something which Ashwath Damodaran, Goldman Sachs analysts, and us are a little skeptical about.
I suppose so. Anyway, but I missed the bus completely. So, and I don't want to get into it at this high cost. Thank you for watching Be Rich. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, on behalf of Sashwath and me, I thank you for your support for Be Rich.
Thank you.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.